We are working on this roof. Alex is grabbing my camera.
I have to curl it in.
There we go. Curl it in, yeah. Yeah, this is extremely sketchy setup. The board broke on us. Ferdy may not have rammed the forks right into our board setup. You were going way too fast.
I wasn't first slow.
Not slow enough. Yeah, that broke. But we have half the tin on there at least now. Or not half, a quarter of the tin. It'll be half once this side's done. There's Alex with my GoPro. Anyways, apparently it's working. So Christoph's moving that as far over as we can, because we're actually moving through this pretty fast. I do like that this is a smaller shed than the dough shed, just for repair reasons. I don't like that it's smaller for storing stuff, but fixing wise, I do like it. We got Terry here. We won't show his wife that he's on a roof. Then we got Simon here. Anything to say to them back home? No.
It's nice here.
It's nice here.
I got wind damage in my house.
Yes. So Terry, tell us about your wind damage.
I lost an apple tree while trying to save it, but it was laying over, and one of my nephews next door. I got five 6-gallon pails, 2 8-gallon pails, and a wheelbarrow full of
Dump it a little bit.
Yeah, he's losing trees. Oh, last night, Alex is running the GoPro. So last night, we had a decent sized windstorm. Lost power at the Thompson farm. The generator's still running now after, I think, 18 hours. That's, Simon, just wait, I'll help. So that farm's fully sufficient on the generator right now because a tree fell down on a power line. That whole road has nothing. And then, yeah, it's gonna be a little while because
It's nice, it's a standalone generator.
it is, except for the fact that we did not think about starting it in the last 6 months.
But we got it going at 10
Yes.
o'clock at night.
It took us about an hour because we had to bleed the fuel. Then we had to jump the starter because the button wasn't working.
Bypass the starting computer. That's what
Yeah, the starting computer is not working. So it's not starting with the button, and it's not turning on the fuel pump. So I jumped the fuel pump with a wire and all that. So it was running after an hour of messing with it. And it's still going.
Cameraman is up there.
Dump it a little bit.
He sent me to go get his camera. Guess what? There he is. He'll tell you all about it.
This is getting screwed down. Alex brought me my camera. Marcus is up here. He wants to help. That is.
Nothing to do.
He wanted to be on the roof. Anyways, we got another sheet here. So because it's old rafters from not even a shed that lines up with this one 100%. So there was kind of some farmer engineering construction that went on with that's good enough measurements. Yeah. So
How about this? If someone drives by and they see that the roof is off, they can let us know.
yeah, because
Otherwise, keep it to yourself.
because we have the staircase effect going on because it rounded to come up and then it's just a little bit staggered because it's a different length. And
Well, we went up 2 inches higher over 2 rafters because the old rafters have a 2x6 all the way across the bottom, and these are from our shed up on our old farm that we repaired last year, and these have a 2x8, so they're 2 inches higher than those. So we stepped it up an inch on the first rafter using an old one. Then of course when we started using these, it went up 2 inches. So
yeah,
and
but
we started with the old steel and blended, and
but doing it this way, not including labor, we're like $8 grand into fixing this. Not even like $7,000 something dollars. That's with screws, nails, wood, tin, everything. Even the ridge cap.
and the fascia.
The face board. So we're doing this really cheap, so it's not gonna look amazing, but we really don't care.
If the equipment's dry,
All that matters is the equipment's dry, and that Simon's happy.
Yeah, we need something to happen.
Alrighty.
And don't forget to say hi to Cornelius.
Yes, your best friend. He left you.
Yeah.
He was only here for 3 weeks.
Ferdy's going over, and I told Ferdy, I said, why don't you stay 3 weeks? I said, they could use some help over there too, I'm sure.
Yeah, Ferdy's
Catch him up.
Ferdy's going over to Austria next week for a wedding, a cousin's wedding.
For 4 days or 5 days? 5 days.
From this side over, you can't even see the wave, Terry. Like this wave. I can think you could see the
except for the peak. If you don't look at the peak, it don't look
it rolls down right there, but I mean we came up two something inches, was it? 4 inches?
2 inches, but look at that one.
Yeah, but that was built like 100 years ago or something.
Or over, probably.
But
how are we here?
But we got, once this is all done, we do have cleaning up to do. We've already done a bunch, but trying to get this building done because it'd be nice to park equipment under it again. The old Big M, this is the longest she's ever stayed out of storage in many years. Well, paint's gonna fade.
It will.
We got 2 sheets on, about to chalk it.
I don't like doing the bottom.
If anyone's wondering, the scaffolding is 5 feet over. So once we get over there, there'll be something underneath us.
Safety last.
I mean,
you eliminate the stupid people by having it so you don't save them every time.
You eliminate the stupid people by not taking precautions.
I'm sure that's
right? If they did away with warning labels, they would never need one. But by now, it'd be to the point where we wouldn't need warning labels. They're gone, you know.
Don't put soap in your mouth.
Right.
I did not record the project of cutting down the tree by Christel's house yesterday. I took some quick Snapchat videos, but that got out of hand pretty quick. There was zero.
We did it very efficiently.
It was done in about 20 minutes with 0 safety precautions.
Well, chainsaw and an excavator.
Yep.
That's all that was used.
And the excavator was not tall enough from the ground to grab it off the top of the house, so we drove it on top of the tree, that parts that we could cut off to make it 2 feet taller, to then reach up there to lift it off and throw it to the side, because one of those big maple branches landed on the roof, but it did not break through, so we didn't want to just cut it because it could have dropped another 10 feet on the part that it was hanging on the tree still. So we lifted it off and threw it to the side. No, you thought it was scary. The excavator wasn't tall enough, so we just drove it on some of the tree we cut down to make it taller. That's made it scary now. Man, we do some stupid shit. Okay. Got one side of this roof done. I'll do that tomorrow. We had the end board on there, but it was 4 inches more over than being a complete sheet of tin. We didn't know exactly where it was gonna lie. Going off of old tin.
We're gonna start from this side and work our way
Yeah,
that way.
we were gonna start here, then go that way. Then we decided it was gonna be easier to follow the groove of the old tin, even though it's not the same, and come this way. So it kind of changed the measurements, but works for the best because it was easier just to cut 4 inches off these, the ribbing, and then move that end board in. And now we don't have to cut any tin, and possibly saved us a sheet of tin, or at least partial of one. Because cutting tin sucks. Even when you're following it, it still sucks. We'll do this side tomorrow, and then all the roof tin is done, and the ridge cap. They're eyeballing this last 4 feet section because yeah, the side and the walls, but the roof will be done, the most important part. And yeah, that's how it's going. A lot of the wall tin we can reuse, the old stuff. We just had to take it off to put the wall back up, but
if there's one or so we have to change, we'll just paint it.
we're not even gonna paint it. We're just gonna put it on. I know. I've
I've
heard those words before. We'll paint it.
We can paint it before we put it on.
Yeah, but we're stopping anyways because we got other stuff to do. I gotta go fuel up that generator at the other farm with the fuel trailer to make sure it's good to go, because I don't think the power's back on yet. And I think Terry wants to go relax now.
My nap time. It's happening when you get old, right?
It looks good.
And Simon has calves to go feed. No, Alex is already doing that today. Well, we're grabbing our fuel trailer. We only use this for the excavator and the bulldozer, really, when we're doing pretty decent sized projects. We haven't actually grabbed this in a while, but we're hooking it on a Gerhardt's pickup. That way we can just guess. That way. The backup camera isn't working at the moment. Whoa, let me let it down. But he has that just going to the shop pretty soon to get some other stuff fixed. And before someone bitches that you don't need that, he does a lot of hooking on and off by himself. Cattle trailer is trimming chute, so it is nice. Turn to the right. It went to the right when I let the jack down. Whoa, you gotta pull ahead. Yeah, he did just move the hoof trim and chute over to the other farm today, but we had to pull the ball off his thing. I've been looking for this jack for a little while. I knew we had two. We had three, but one of them, yeah, it maxed out its lifting capacity.
And you keep on going. Alright, so let's keep going this over.
Ready to go. Well, we're over here at the Thompson farm. Guess I'll show you a little bit of what we got going on. So this is the old barn. I don't know if I showed it too much in the videos I have made over here, but the parlor and the main farm's over there. This is the old barn. Keep coming, but you gotta turn towards me. Other way. Yeah. And we put heifers in here now. Yeah. So we got around 90 bred heifers in here. They're all confirmed. And then they come over here until a month to 3 weeks to calving. And then we bring them to the calving barn. So that way they're basically, other than feeding them and periodically checking them, running a foot bath if needed. Right over here. There's like no maintenance other than feeding them. So the fuel nozzle's right here. And that's why I said we needed a fuel trailer, because getting fuel jugs down there, or just getting that much fuel going. Yeah, I gotta put 2 clamps on that. But I'm gonna show you what we had to mess with. Since it didn't want to start on its own with the button, it also wasn't turning on the fuel pump, so I jumped the fuel pump, ran a wire to the battery, so the fuel pump's always on, and then I jumped the starter with a screwdriver. Walked over to the freestall. It's 8:30 at night. Scrapers don't shut off. They're just cleaning away. But we're gonna push up some feed. Did have well, that fan the other day snapped off. So Gerhardt, well, it happened on Gerhardt. He was cleaning it. And that one right there fell off too. But I'll push up the feed real quick since I'm here. Gotta do the oil. It's on joystick control, but I can't run the bucket. There. In another hour, I'll probably be back and I'll push it up one more time. I'll use the bucket to move the feed a little better evenly on these two groups. But it should be good for the night then. Camera battery keeps dying. It's 9:40 at night. So an hour 10 later from when I last pushed up feed. And I gotta move that back a little bit with the skid steer bucket. This one that way a little bit. But the two big groups, I just gotta push it up. So I'll do that real quick. Be good for the night. Got all the feed moved a little bit. That way it's even everywhere for the whole night. Some cows are coming up to eat because they heard the skid steer. That's the whole point. And should have the perfect amount of leftover feed in the morning. Like we like it. I did have to go up this morning and feed because we got colder weather. With this colder weather, they finally got their appetite back, so they're starting to have a bigger intake, which is good. More intake means more milk, normally. But that heat really was a killer. Cows don't like it. Thanks for watching. Till the next one. The battery keeps dying on me. It's the end of the night.